Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo. Yo, yo. Yo, yo. Yo, yo. Alright, so we back at it. A whole lot happened last time. We crossed the ocean, met up with Alda and her people, the Quinn. Found out Ted Farrell was alive and turned himself into a monster, which they didn't even show. And then the CEO of the Quinn, he wanted to act like he wanted to be the next Ted Farrell until he saw what he turned himself into, and then he ordered everything to get burned down. Shit ridiculous.
Of an ancestor reborn, I am humbled.
And I am honored that you are humbled. Ah, my ankles. Let's look at that beautiful water. Okay, I gotta... Where do I gotta go? Got a bunch of coils and other miscellaneous objects. Elemental Claw Strider sack. Shellfish Claw. Trapper. Bolster your resolve and increase the build of an effective elemental attack. Gaining a greater resistance to elemental. Now what's this? Skills, boosts, and other effects from food last longer. Machine Master. Powered by a special mode in your focus, deal more damage to machine components and weak spots. Okay. Definitely need that. Efficient repair. Repair damage overridden machines for less metal shards. Okay. Machine Elemental Plus. Overridden machines deal more damage with elemental attacks. Okay. Low profile. Reduce your visibility to enemies. Stealth Stalker. I can walk right up in your face. Activate a cloaking device based on stalker technology to decrease visibility to enemies aiming a weapon or using melee attacks. Temporarily deactivates the device. Very high visibility reduction. Okay. With Omega clearance secured, Gaia should be able to subdue and capture Hephaestus at Cauldron Gemini. Aloy must prepare for the mission. Gotta return to base. Damn. Where the hell was my base? I done forgot. I know it was somewhere in the mountains. Yeah, right there. Gotta love fast travel. Going up. A hop, skip, and a jump. Let me talk to everybody for a little bit, though.
You just look good, that's all.
Get back to studying.
He said he trying to study you. In fact, let's talk to the newbie real quick.
Aloy!
Right to work, I see.
There's just so much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing!
She is pretty awesome.
You, a true reincarnation of an ancestor.
Yep.
Genetically speaking, of course, not like the late CO. And there's more ancestors out there, returned from beyond the stars. Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and...
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
You're right.
Every little step we take.
I also owe you an explanation for everything that happened at Landfall.
I see you've been using your new focus.
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped me recover, with this, I've been able to establish search parameters to speed up the process. This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is, whatever part of it the overseers would actually let us study.
Right.
You wanted data, you'll find lots of it here.
A diviner has never had this sort of unsupervised access to archives such as this. And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden held within them. But I was sent here to help you. I would be remiss to ignore any truth laid before me. Maybe it'll help the Quen find their way back to the path of truth.
How about your companions?
I imagine you don't know anyone here that well yet, but they're a good group.
It's funny because one of your friends is, well, another you. Not that you are the same person at all. I mean, you are, as in, you're both genetically Elizabeth Sobek.
But we're two
so,
individuals.
You're different.
Yeah, we are.
We're of one soul.
I hope everyone's been treating you okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. They've all been extremely welcoming. And they share the knowledge they learn on their focuses with each other freely. It's
We all
refreshing.
fam.
Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the overseers.
Sounds restrictive and stifling.
Yeah, you are not wrong.
You mentioned Eric Visser? How do you know about him?
The Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector. Combing through data related to his work led us to breakthroughs related to weapons and military tactics. Knowledge
militia.
our rulers used to conquer and expand, to become the empire we are today. That's why he's one of our most revered ancestors. But, based on your encounter with him, it appears he's even more ruthless than we ever imagined. Yet another distorted interpretation in the legacy.
Well, at least you're piecing together the truth.
If only the overseers back home would do the same.
Beta mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about them. Whatever legacy they left behind, the diviners haven't recovered.
Hold up, I'll be right back. About to get me a bit of water. Or something to drink. Talk to me about the Queen.
You said you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes. I'm listening.
Right.
But they had me
Start
some
at the beginning
Chobani.
with the CO. He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew, in fact.
Spoiled
As
brat.
such, he sponsored many diviners to search the legacy for anything that might help the tribe, and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to Ted Farrow, whom we consider the greatest of the ancestors.
Ted Farrow, revered ancestor. That's tough to take.
I know better now, of course. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Farrow spent a great deal of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If
He only had to
we could
throw off
find
his
the right
groove.
data in this fabled city, perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched, and the Emperor's nephew was named Sio, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire. The living embodiment of Ted Farrow, a renewer. It may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed he would save us. We
Nope.
had no idea just how perilous the journey would be.
You said the expedition across the sea was more dangerous than you thought it would be. What happened?
We lost most of our ships to hurricanes, and scores of soldiers perished to hunger and disease. And that was before we even hit the coast. Once we landed, machines ripped our patrols apart, and we struggled to replenish our rations. There were bright spots, to be sure. We found Thebes and the greenhouse, but nothing improved the CEO's mood as his dreams of saving the tribe were slowly dashed. He became more and more obsessed with Thebes and what lay behind its door, and more convinced that the title of CEO was no mere honorific. You heard him, spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's essence and some kind of becoming. We knew these weren't the words of a sane man, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of a firing squad.
What a great guy.
The Quen are wrong about many things when it comes to the legacy. I can see that now. But what the CO became was a complete perversion of what principled diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth. I'm sorry you had to endure his madness. I'm just glad it's over. For everyone.
Back at the greenhouse, you spoke of knowledge forbidden to your people.
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth in the legacy, and many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find something the Empire can put to use, thus gaining favor with the Emperor. But the Board of Overseers claims certain truths are detrimental to the stability of the Empire. Like
There she is.
one of our revered ancestors.
Good afternoon, sir. How did you sleep?
That is why Diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only Overseers can view it all. It ensures that any heretical data can be contained and retrieved before it can spread.
What happens to diviners who break the rules?
I never had the courage to ask.
You break the rules break you. That's what happens. It's an extra, read all about it. 5-star Latina, the Caribbean Dynamo, is sitting in the hot seat. This gal's got GTA 5, DBD, and a whole lot of vibes. She's a PC gaming powerhouse dishing out laughs and good times. Don't touch that dial, folks. This streamer's a real humdinger. Sounds about right. Tell me about Bohai.
So, Bohai, your overseer. Will he run things better than CEO?
He won't execute people on a whim, if that's what you mean. But he's hardly a paragon of integrity.
Yeah?
I can't tell you
It's
how
pretty
many
on
times
point.
he took credit for data in the legacy that I uncovered. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted to always do what's best for him.
Yep, sounds about right.
We do all the work, he took all the glory. Tell me more about the ancestors.
The ancestors. Is that what your people call the old
You feeling
ones?
alright?
Yes and no. The ancestors are the greatest of the old ones. Those whose legacy taught us agriculture, medicine, warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CEO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor contributions or worked extensively under one of the ancestors is called an assistant. That's how
Wow.
we thought of Sobek, until we met you.
I am no
Our
assistant.
limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view of the past.
Oh, poor baby. You're not able to take another, 10-20 minute nap?
You mentioned the reason you came here was to help your family. Your sister...
Her name is Alika. Our parents are commoners.
Alika.
Peasants, really.
They
When
sound
I
like
passed
good
the
people.
divination exams, they were so proud. It brought
You need
honor to
another
our
4 more
family and
hours.
increased
I hear
rations.
that.
Only Alika begged me not to leave for the research academy.
Why? What happens there?
Alika knew that once you enter, you're not allowed to leave or see anyone not even your family. Unless you can get special permission and an escort by an
That
overseer.
sounds like a certain manga I
Sounds
read.
harsh.
It sounds like the final battle of the
Diviners
game.
are few,
Once you lock
and
in,
the
you
Emperor
can't
is,
leave.
well, fearful that outsiders will try to steal our knowledge. Last time I was allowed to see my family was just before our voyage here. Because of my position, I was able to get them
You
refuge
at work
from the
today?
floods within the capital. But if our crops don't recover soon, they'll starve to death along with everyone else.
I promise I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't come to that. I need to get going, but if you need anything...
All I need is to help you succeed in your mission. The plan Gaia told me about, to capture Hephaestus, it will help set things right.
I hope so.
Then I will do whatever I can. I promise. Right, so this here and this there, but why?
Let me talk to my folks over here. What up, Zoe?
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Have you met our new Quen guest yet?
Yay!
I
You
could
get to
barely
relax.
keep up as she gave herself a tour of the base.
Kick your feet up, put your robe on, enjoy a cup of
Though
tea.
when he told her she was free to access all the data we had here, she turned so pale, I thought she'd faint on the spot. We showed her to the archive room so she could see for herself. She hasn't left the place since.
Sounds like Alba.
Okay, tell me more about your training.
What are you going to learn next?
I'm not sure. I asked Gaia for suggestions, and she brought up data you found on something called a... museum? From
Yep.
what I gather, the old ones would store knowledge in them for all to see and learn from. Like you've done here, for us. Maybe one day, more people will be able to use this place to learn the way we have.
That sounds... crowded, but nice.
Tell me
It
more.
looked like you were working on something over there.
With Gaia now growing in strength, I've been trying to find a way to heal the land gods. Even if some people think I should give up on them.
Already said I was sorry.
Your friend thought it'd be a good idea to replace the land gods with new machines when Gaia recovers.
It wasn't.
The land gods have taken care of our people for generations. They are not some broken toy to be thrown away. Even if they are just machines doing their job, to abandon them in their time of suffering seems cruel.
I'm sure Varl understands that too.
He does now. I had to get pretty mad at him at first, though.
You know I can
Hey.
hear you guys, right?
Bro, stay out of the cutscene. She listens to his woman though. Smart man. He'll go far in this world.
Read anything interesting lately?
I found out the old ones use leaf infusions like the Utaru do. Tea, they call it. Apparently it helps
Yep.
soothe them. That and some
They
sort
also
of
spill tea.
scented wax they use to cleanse their aura. Plus something called bubble baths. Me, I think I'll stick to singing to calm the nerves.
Learn anything interesting lately?
There's been much to read up on now that Ether has been reunited with Gaia. It's hard to imagine that machines like Stormbirds once helped heal the skies.
Yeah.
I used to be terrified of them as a child. Thunder still brings chills to my skin. But everything Gaia creates has a purpose, no?
Yeah.
Everything has a
And
purpose.
if we can get Hephaestus back, she can get those Stormbirds in line. Varl looks pretty focused.
He's been obsessing over the data revealed to us by Poseidon. Just the other day, we read about mountains hiding deep underwater that spew fire.
Underwater
If I understand
volcanoes.
correctly, Gaia said the flames they release come from the very center of the earth,
The
like a
core.
heart beating with the life of the world.
Damn right.
These irons. The cycle can be found in even the most unlikely of places. Of course, Varl's mostly interested in watching explosions happen underwater.
He's a simple man.
The Zenith did a number on Beta. But she seems to trust Varl.
I still can't believe she told him the Zeniths are immortals. Old ones who cut themselves off from the cycle of life and decay. I've never heard of anything so selfish. To deny our dying bodies to the earth. To doom the life that would bloom in their place. It's despicable.
Despicable me. Who wants to live forever?
Is there anything I can help with around here?
Oh no, we're doing fine.
Are you okay?
You
You
and
good?
Varl have been friends for a while.
I'd like to think so.
I was wondering, what do you know about his mother?
Oh,
That bad, huh?
why do you want to know?
He's spoken of his sister, Vala, but I noticed he avoids talking about his mother.
She's the war chief of the Nora.
Big mama.
Best warrior the tribe's ever known. Tougher than a Thunderjaw. But
Yeah.
she could be pretty harsh at times.
I see.
She trying to meet her future
Sweet
mother-in-law.
heart on him.
Knows how to
Thank you for
approach her.
telling me. I feel silly not being able to ask Varl directly.
I wouldn't worry about it. He's probably afraid Sona will scare you off someday.
I'd like to see her try.
There you go. That's a real one, Varl. Wipe her up. Whatever ritual y'all go through, do it.
You ever play that board game Aaron set up?
Strike? I'm the one who gave it to him.
Oh.
I was hoping it'd distract him enough to spare us that ruckus he calls death metal. No such luck.
You and Varl doing okay? Training, I mean.
We're doing fine. Although I admit it'd be nice to take a small break from studying, just the two of us. But then
Just
look
the
after
two
Aaron.
of us. We
always the
can
time.
make it if we
We've
try.
allowed Oseram with a brooding Tenakth. What
Wow.
could go wrong?
What's everyone been up to?
I've been trying to share some of my meals with Beta. Thought it might help her feel more at home. Maybe even get her to sleep up here instead of in that dark basement. She would not be moved.
I appreciate you trying.
Patience reaps the best harvest. I'm not giving up hope yet.
How are things with everyone?
Slightly quieter. Aaron's been busy scouring data on his newest obsession. Apparently the old ones wrestled machines as some kind of performance. Called it metal versus meat.
Metal
A
versus
must-see
meat.
battle between steel and flesh, as Aaron likes to put it. You'd think we have enough of that going around as it is.
That sounds like real steel to me. Well, farewell
Let's
though.
keep going.
Right. You've retrieved the Omega clearance. That means we'll be going after Hephaestus soon. I'll make sure my gear's ready.
Festus. Maybe the last time we get to talk to everybody all at once before it get crazy. Got to hear him out.
From the look on your face, I'd say the mission was a success.
I got Omega clearance. Is everyone ready to head out to Cauldron Gemini?
As soon as you give the word.
I see all of us settled in nicely.
Our new
Yeah.
Gwen friend,
Oh yeah.
the moment she laid eyes on the archives, she jumped on them like a
With a
long,
long
leg.
leg.
Yeah, that's Alva for you.
Yeah. Talk to me.
This mission isn't gonna be easy. Hope you haven't been slacking off on your training.
Please.
And risk Zoe coming after me?
Oh, nah.
I value my life. At least you found the Omega clearance. That should help.
Wish that was the only thing I found. I knew finding Thebes would lead me to Ted Faro, but I never imagined he'd end up like he did.
How bad was it?
Horrible.
He destroyed the world and crawled into a hole after killing those who saved it. If you ask me, he deserved whatever he got.
That he did.
That he did. It was horrifying.
So, you and Zoe got into a bit of a fight, huh?
A little lover's quarrel.
Suggest if Festus could make new land gods to replace the old ones in Plainsong.
Yeah.
The last thing I wanted to do was dismiss their traditions. But I was trying to look at things differently. More like you know? To see a machine as just a machine.
Yeah, I guess I led you into trouble there, didn't I?
Not your fault.
Don't worry about it.
Looks like things between you and Zoe are better now.
I suffered through a few hours of glaring silence. Then she seemed to move on. Sort of. How do people do this? How do I know if the next thing I say won't blow up in my face? What if
just gotta
is
do
not
it.
enough next time?
You just gotta go forward, man.
Stuffed animal?
What?
You're the worst.
You know that.
What makes you think I know anything about any of this? You're on your own.
Aloy player.
Abandoning me again, huh?
Damn.
Well, if she kills me next time, it's on you.
Yeah. Shit, Aloy player. She don't get locked down for real. She just goes about her days. But yeah, there is a time where you would give the lady a stuffed animal. Maybe get her some chocolates, some flowers. Get on your knees. Beg her the way Eddie Murphy begged Jada Pinkett in Nutty Professor. Sometimes it might work. You just gotta give a compelling performance. But mean it though. Don't apologize without meaning it. Otherwise it won't be worth anything.
Once Gaia is back up and running, I expect you to put all your training to good use.
The seeds have been planted. All they need is a chance to
To
bloom.
bloom.
What? I thought that was pretty good. Zoe liked it.
I'm glad you and Zoe found each other.
Don't forget, you're to blame for that.
Okay, the Zenith.
Now that I have Omega clearance, we can grab Hephaestus and finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Can't wait to see their faces as they stare down a bunch of charging thunderjaws.
Damn
Them
right.
than us, for once.
Alright, my boy.
I should go get this to Gaia.
Of course. Let us know when we're needed.
Next up, my boy Aaron.
There she is. I hear you found Thebes. How was it?
Maniacs, lava, what's not to like?
I'll remember that next time I go traveling.
At least I got what we needed to trap Hephaestus.
Good thing I got my gear ready then.
You strapped in.
You look tired.
Ha! You never want to hold back, are you? I've just been making sure that I got everything down for this mission of yours. I don't want to be the usual screw-up out there.
You'll do fine, Errant. Bet you're used to that focus by now.
Well, I can hit machines in their weak points. I guess that's something. I wish all the other data was as easy to deal with. To be honest, it's hard to understand half of what's on there. And then the other half reminds me, well, this isn't a fight you can win by just waving a hammer. Which is kind of what I do. But
Do
hey,
what you do best.
that just means I gotta study harder. Make myself useful.
Just give it time. You've been looking at any interesting data?
I asked Gaia to find me something to look at a while back. And she found the mother of all forges.
Forges.
They called it
Sports. Yep.
Turns out the
Of
old
course.
ones spent a lot of time
Death metal and sports.
tackling and punching each other for points in one game or another.
Gotta
You
love
mix
it,
in
eh?
some solid food and fresh ale, I bet half the claim will be lining up to watch.
Yeah. Boxing, football, rugby, soccer, whatever you want to call it. baseball, etc.
What you reading next?
I saw a guy added something to the archives about metal rods being used to harness lightning during storms.
1.21 gigawatts.
Thought he could trap lightning if he covered himself in stormburn plates. Went up the tallest mountain in the claim to prove it. It ended like a lot of Oseram things do. With a spark
and a boom. He probably misses his cousin.
What else have you been studying with your focus?
Yeah, I've been looking into this Vegas place you found. Gaia showed us everything that happened when you went to get that Poseidon thing. I mean, this Moreland guy seems pretty smart. Though, risking the Tanakh clan lands for a light show is a bold move.
Maybe I should check up on them at some point. Just in case.
Yeah.
Right.
Do I smell ale?
It's a little
I brought
sick.
some over from Chain Scrape. And with everything that's been going on, I thought we could all use a drink. Besides, there is nothing that brings people together like a good brew. That's what my sister always said. You're more than welcome to have some.
Maybe another time.
Can't drink on the job right now, my boy. Save it for when we win.
Anything happen I should know about?
Zoe asked us to help her bring more plants in here. Not for eating, apparently. Yeah, if you ask me, the place is fine as it is. Metal might be plain, but it's sturdy. Nothing wrong with that. Who needs a bunch of vegetation?
It brings feng shui to the spot. Ever hear of it?
How are things with Katalo? You still scared of him?
Oh, she thinks she's funny. Actually, I asked if it'd be interested in playing a game of Strike. I had to fill in most of the conversation myself, but I'm still alive.
Glad to hear it. Have you spoken with Alva yet?
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy kid drinking her first ale. She took to that new focus quick, that's for sure. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. But I can see why you two hit it off.
You know what? Let's play another game real quick. I feel like I'm gonna lose, but I'm gonna try anyway.
Think you have time for a quick game?
With you,
Always.
always.
Let's go. Listen.
Here goes nothing. I'm done. My turn. And it's out. What should I do?
I pretty much got my weak
That
point
one's gone.
exposed. Oh no!
You're up. Off the board they
God
go.
damn, I fucked myself up with that one.
And they're gone. Time to make a move. Looks like I got lucky. You want a rematch? Let's play.
Yeah, let's go again.
Let's see what you got. Okay, I can do this. All yours. Well, that hurt. There it goes. Let's see.
Smack me and I'll smack you back.
There it goes. I win!
Damn.
But I'm sure you'll get me next time.
Third time's the charm.
Here we go.
I probably need a gunner type. Oh yeah, it's a random board each time. Yo. Dutcho with the raid of 4. Welcome in everybody. How y'all doing? Chino, what's good? What's good, Dutch? Shoot, chilling. About to get active in this game. I feel like I'm nearing the end of it. How you feeling, bro? And sorry I ain't been able to attend some of your streams lately. I be starting to wind down lately. Been tired. But yeah, for those that don't know, they call me Flame. They call me Styles. But overall, they call me Flame God Styles. Here and there, I like to think of myself as a variety gamer. You know, I be playing Rivals. I be playing, you know, story-based games like this, Horizon Forbidden West. I played a little bit of Fragpunk. I be playing Fortnite. I also started playing this card game called Balatro on here, or whatever it is. Learning how to play poker and whatnot. Anyway, welcome to the Firelands. Hope y'all having a good day. I love it. The environment is great. The story is in depth. Basically talking about us as the ancestors of everybody in this game.
You're cooking up something, aren't you?
I was just talking to one of the NPCs about T. They literally are learning everything from Gaia, an AI created by the main protagonist's, well, genetic progenitor, Elizabeth Sobek. Everything we took for granted, it's a marvel to them. So yeah, overall, love it. What'd you say? You say, yeah, you do be on late. And then everybody gets on at the same time, or people just getting off work and all that stuff. I be trying to pop in though. I've been good though. It's the future. Let me remember what year it takes place. The year 3041. So over 1,000 years in the future. Shit, and the last time I was playing, I discovered that the guy who basically caused the robot apocalypse, he ended up gathering a few people and hid in a bunker, and then he was getting experimented on to see if he could live forever, but too many mutations happened and he turned himself into a monster. They didn't show it, but I know it was something ugly. And then come to find out, this was in previous gameplays, that a group called zenith, who took a rocket ship to an unknown galaxy, I can't remember the name of it right now, they went up there, so they got way more advanced technology than what the people here have on Earth. So they went back to primitive tribes, but they still got machines and all that stuff. But the people for Zenith, they figured out how to become immortal. So they are the original people that went up to the stars. They're not descendants. They literally hide behind a force field that won't let them take damage. But right now, we working on a weapon to fix that.
Thinking hard about this one, huh?
Don't interrupt me, Aaron. I'm trying to tell my peoples about this. But yeah. And now they want to come back because they fucked their planet up just so they could take over ours. Yeah, immortal. Imagine living thousands of years, implanting lots of machinery inside your body and all that. Doesn't sound fun. And then, come to find out, they have another clone of the main character who they basically kept in the basement and only brought out when they needed her because she was another clone of Elizabeth Sobek, who was the only one that could access certain places with an alpha code. So basically, the twin sister of Aloy, that's our main hero. Imagine, one is more active, but doesn't know half the stuff the other one does, and the other one is more, moody and brooding and everything. But she's smart as hell, and doesn't have too much damn, social skills. But hey, everybody's family. I love stuff like this. Okay, Dasher. Right now, I'm attempting to beat this guy Aaron in Machine Strike. Yeah. We actually were able to save her from the far zenith. They had her in this little cryogenic capsule or whatever, and we had to go find her, so we brought her back to the secret base, and she pretty much locks herself in the basement just revisiting old holograms that they used to let her watch. Basically, Far Zenith had everything Earth was supposed to have if it wasn't for Ted Faro erasing everything.
More strike pieces, I'm gonna build up my collection.
Me too, Aaron, but don't ever cut me off like that again. But yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, her name is what the hell is her name? Beta is what they called her. She has all the knowledge of everything from the Apollo function. They're one of the sub-functions of Gaia that was supposed to have all the history of humanity. But Earth was denied all that because Ted Faro thought, I don't want future generations to redo our mistakes, which was selfish as hell. So yeah, Far Zenith knows way more than us. They know the truth. So right now, we already got Poseidon, we got Apollo, we got Demeter, and we got Aether. And we all brought them back to Gaia because she needed every piece of her subordinate functions in order to reabsorb Hephaestus, aka the final boss. The one who created all the hostile machines in this game. So we need him in order to make an army of good machines to take on the Far Zenith. A lot of good that shield is going to do to an onslaught of T-Rex built machines.
Let's see. Your turn. 'Cause, Ah! I had that machine right where I wanted it. What should I do? Aboard they go. And it's out.
Damn, got me again. Hold up. Where's your weak spot? From behind?
My turn. Let's see what you do with that. I'm done. Someone's only got one piece left. Time to make a move.
I did better that time.
Let me know if you want to go at it again.
Not
Always
bad.
good to take your mind off things for a while, huh?
True that, true that.
I should get going.
As soon as you want us heading out to those cauldrons.
I'll give you the heads up.
Right. Everybody gonna squad up. See right here, they got the seeds and everything. They learning more about agriculture and all that. We got Zoe spicing up the place. So anyway, yeah, this is Erend, an Asaram steel worker, basically. You know, heavy drinker. He would love sports and everything.
Portals from the stars now? Looks like it. What's next? Wizards from the moon?
Wizards from the moon. Sound like a Star Wars reference. And right here is Zoe and Varl. Zoe is from Plainsong and Varl is from my home village. The Nora. They're pretty much a thing. They're basically an item. She keeps him in line. He listens to her, but at the same time, he speaks his opinion. Respectable. Right here's Alva, our newest member. One of the Quinn, one of the people who, you know, traveled around learning everything. And I don't know if anybody can still hear me right now.
There's Gwen stuff in here now. Must be all of us.
I wouldn't have taught you the song if I didn't like the way you sing it.
So you like hearing me butcher Utaru music?
Ah, the Utaru.
Sound like a dying long leg.
I'm gonna wait.
The matriarchs would cry if they read this about the old ones.
Are you sure that's what the data says?
I'm telling you, it's a drink, but it's soft.
How is it soft?
It says here it had bubbles in it.
Well, we can't expect to make sense out of everything the old ones did.
They talking about soda. Or they talking about soft drinks in general. Because they said it had bubbles in it. Bubble tea, maybe? But anyway, yeah. This is Varl. This is Zoe. Zoe is a new Taru. She from Plain Song. Varl is a Nora just like me. From back home. They're an item, you know.
That can't be real.
He listens to her. She listens to him. And all that good stuff. This right here is Aaron. He's an Oseram steel worker, basically. He likes to chug beer. He loves death metal, what he discovered through Gaia, and he would have loved sports. Okay, now where is she? Over here is Alva, our newest member. She's a Quinn, one of the people who wanders around seeking information about the ancestors, the important old ones.
I'm studying the legacy. How is ale going to help?
A little sippy sip don't hurt nothing. It relaxes the mind. Yep, so this is the base. Everybody making themselves at home. We got agriculture we learning about and all that. Planting the seeds of the future. Let me find my boy Kotalo. This right here is my room. Not like I be home often. I'm out and about in the world trying to get everything done.
We just need to find the right strategy.
Matter of fact, yeah, let's go down here and visit our twin. Beta. Ah, she done locked the door. But I can't remember if there was another way in. Ah.
This down here.
Ah, she won't open the door right now. Such a brooder. Well, let's go find Kotalo then. The one-armed soldier from the Tanakh. That's why we don't speak about politics. Where the heck is he? I just went in the whole damn circle. Ah, there you are.
The world is in peril, and we fight amongst ourselves. Aloy, well met.
My
We've been
boy.
briefed on our mission, and are ready whenever you wish to head to Cauldron Gemini.
Were you able to finish the new arm Gaia was helping you with?
Indeed. I was hoping we could discuss it, if you have a moment.
Oh yeah. He's trying to get his arm back. To make him the soldier he once was.
Found anything interesting during
Well,
your
let's
training?
talk first.
Gaia told me where to find data on how wars were waged in the old world. I knew the Ten fought against machines, much as we do now.
They
but it
stood
seems
10
they were among
toes.
the last of their kind. Later, machines battled other machines on behalf of greedy leaders, as they vied for lands and spoils. At least the Tanakh have the courage to put their lives on the line when conflicts arise.
There is nobility in that. But maybe we just need fewer conflicts in the first place.
True that,
Yes,
true that.
of course. Hikaru would have it so as well.
How are your studies going?
I wanted to learn more about the world of the Old Ones.
And?
I looked up this pharaoh Gaia said you went looking for, and learned about the plague of machines he unleashed. To think that the ancient world was wiped out by a mistake.
A single calculation.
A single miscalculation. There is no glory or honor in such a fate. Only hubris.
Pointless death.
And pointless death.
That about sums it up.
Just remember, seconds before everything went wrong, everything was all right.
Anything else you've been looking at with that focus?
Gaia showed me the knowledge you recovered out in the desert. I am no chaplain, but I'd be curious to test if something I read is true.
What is it?
The Old Ones believed one could hear the great waters, even in the middle of the desert, if you carried the carcass of a water animal with you. They called them seashells.
Ah, yes.
Sounds kind of gross.
See? It's stuff like that. They don't know nothing about this.
What do Tenakth do to relax? You know, to take a break from training?
We play strike. Your Oseram friend, Erend, is surprisingly good at it, although he has yet to beat me. It helps one think strategically, hones the mind for tactics.
Somehow that still sounds like training.
Yeah. Even when you're not training, you're training.
Have you spoken with Alva?
The Quen is peculiar. Nothing like a Tenakth. Her mind is sharp, that much is certain. But it's hard to imagine her surviving in the wilds.
Trust me, she's tougher than she looks.
I will take your word for it.
Now talk to me about testing that new arm.
You wanted to talk about your arm?
Indeed. It's time to test it. And I want you to be there.
Okay. How are we doing this?
Not how. Where?
Yeah.
Will you meet me where we felled Regala's tremor tusk? Right where the river bends?
Sure, if you want, but I'm not sure I understand.
You will.
You'll see when we get there. I promise.
Then I'll let you know when I get close.
You have my thanks, Aloy.
I have to go now.
Then do not let me keep you.
Like I said, I'll call you when I'm close to Regala's old outpost near the bulwark.
May the Ten guide your way.
The bulwark. Okay, I gotta go up there. Gotta make sure everybody's in tip-top shape.
Champion, over here. I've got something to tell you.
The snow brought the chill.
Yeah. The next time I'm on leave, I'm heading to the grove to see Blade Bright.
What room you got for me?
We've had reports of rebels in the area. They've been spotted south in the forest. A few have made camp to the southwest, near the coast. More have set up defenses west of here, past the bulwark. And we don't have enough squads to deal with them all. Best be prepared when you're out there.
Thanks for letting me know. Maybe I can help those Tenakths deal with the rebels when I have the time.
Good thing I have a little something called strategy.
Okay, I got to go over there, I believe. Plasma is represented by that icon. It builds up the plasma blast state. It decays into a time-delayed explosion on the target. Deal more damage before the end for a stronger explosion. The fuck? Solar suit.
Don't let them fight!
You ain't gonna need that.
Use your brains and your
In midair too. Drops right down into a war zone. Wasn't nothing too difficult.
Get this from my stash when I need it.
Okay, now where is he? Up the road. This is what my ancestor used to wear. Good old Elizabeth. And we got the Utaru Hard Weave. Let's enact Marshal. Utaru Whisperer. The Nora Anointed. Karja Behemoth. Elite. I think I'm gonna go with this. But yeah, every machine in this game is based on an ancient creature. They got grizzly bears. They got, I guess, ostriches, raptors, mammoths, T-Rexes, ocelots. You finally caught another flame stream. Good to see you doing well. Finna get ready for work. Got me tabbed. Wishing me a great and blessed Friday. Hey, right back at you, Spaz. I appreciate you coming through. I hope you have a great work day. And may it breeze by so you can get home and do what you love. I got to go this way. Nope. That way. Matter of fact, let me call my ride. My trusted steed.
I'm gonna leave you here. I think this is where Kotaru Kotallo. Hey, Kotallo. I'm by the Tremor Tusk site, where we agreed to meet. Want to test that new arm of yours?
I'll be there shortly.
Had to hit him up on the Bluetooth.
Thank you for waiting.
Maybe now you can tell me what we're doing here?
Not just yet. Follow me, please.
Alright.
Someone's being awfully mysterious.
You took your sweet time telling me what you wanted to do to the bulwark. Consider this my revenge.
Right on, right on. Gotta get some rat meat. Thank you. We collect everything. Right to the sternum.
What am I looking at?
Oh, you'll see. Come.
Wait. What you doing?
Alright, talk to me, Kotallo.
I wish to test the arm. On that.
On that?
It has menaced the valley for some time. Killed more than a few of the Sky Clan. But no longer.
It's time for my revenge. We gotta get it back in blood and oil. What is that? Oh yeah, the man back in business.
After you.
I was expecting something more digitized, but hey, it'll work.
Let's see how this thing likes the taste of metal.
Drink this real quick. Ah! God damn! I see why it's killed a few things. I felt like Ace versus Akainu just then.
Let's see how this thing likes the taste of metal.
Alright, I got something better for you. Oh shit. You ain't see me. Get over here.
Fire's wasted.
Alright, what's your weakness? You hate frost and shock, eh? Basing a Scorcher. An uncompromising combat machine. It uses devastating fire attacks and can launch across the battlefield with its powerful melee attacks. Alright. I got something for you. Say hello to my little friend. Ah! Get up. Damn. Ah, you missed. Heal, heal.
Pain subsiding.
Yep. Bitch. I fought way tougher than you. His heart. The clockwork heart.
Well, I think it's safe to say the new arm works fine.
Agreed.
Not bad, not
Taking it
bad.
off.
This is what I am now. What I overcame. Anything else feels... wrong. Like a disguise. I'll use the new arm, and I need it. But the rest of the time, I will simply be myself.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Remember
You have my thanks
who you are.
for doing this with me. Here. Something to mark our victory.
Thank you. I'll see you later then.
The 10 be with you, Aloy.
May you pick up the weapon when it's needed, and may you be able to put it down when its job is done. Help Katalo build and test a new mechanized arm. Let me see what you got on my 40 on. Okay, back to Gaia.
I see you, champion. Sit. Sleep.
Alright.
There's a chance to trade.
Let me hear what you got to say.
A few days ago, I came across a massive bloom of flowers east of the grove. Old Dorica was out there, too. I offered to escort her back to Scalding's Spear, but she refused. She's an accomplished soldier, to be sure. But her spear isn't as sharp as it used to be, if you get my meaning.
If I'm out there, I'll keep an eye out for her.
Keep your eyes open out there, soldier.
Take a look or move on. No nonsense, just trade.
Grappling hook. Gotta go talk to Big Mama Gaia. But yeah, what's everybody else in the chat doing? Y'all at work? Y'all just chilling, eating, drinking, whatever have you?
And dirt. Don't forget all that dirt we had to bring in. I think it looks nice.
Yeah, sweet talker Varl.
Welcome back.
This is her, Gaia. The one who was made to terraform the world, make it a better place until they ruined it with Hades and all that.
Aloy,
I know your experience in
And she's a black woman.
but we have a new problem.
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself.
Oh no.
It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
Oh no.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is
35 hours.
Take 35 hours.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the zeniths.
Damn it. Alright, fuck it.
2 cores.
2 overrides.
2 overrides. What if the merge were carried out by 2 clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then?
Now you spitting.
Time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of 2 operators, in
Right.
addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating.
Calculated.
Reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Okay.
Beta, get up here.
Well, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Oh, hell.
Okay.
If it ain't 2 things, it's 10 others. Ugh. Before I go down there, let's check out the Hollow Dome. Whenever I find survey drones, they take a picture of the place that I got them at.
I like this one.
So look at that. Beautiful. Check out this one. A little few more trees, you know. Let's look at it. The future would be so cool.
Error. Drone offline.
And finally we got this one.
Excellent choice.
And this right here, I believe, is Las Vegas. Or what was left of it. I had to travel underwater in the desert, fight a damn plesiosaurus and some alligators, and then drain everything. And I helped a few Oseram, what the hell you call them, performers, be able to make a cool light show. Alright,
Aloy,
let me talk to you, Gaia.
I believe Varl is still waiting for you, outside Beta's room.
I know. I just wanted to talk about something else first.
As you wish.
Our progress.
All this data I've picked up in ancient bunkers and ruins. I guess I never really thought that other people would be looking at it.
Based on my observations, your companions engage quite frequently with this material. Erend has asked on numerous occasions about birthday parties. He appears perplexed by the tradition of serving a sweet confection, as it conflicts with the Oseram tradition of serving sparkling stout ale.
Yep.
He also suggested we host a party for you, as a surprise.
You just ruined the surprise, Gaia.
Yeah, no thanks.
That is what I predicted.
She don't really do surprises or parties. What's the biosphere status?
So now that you have Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon, how's the biosphere looking?
In the local region, conditions have improved. Superstorms have subsided.
Good.
Water sources have been purified.
Right on, right on.
And soil conditions remediated.
Excellent.
These improvements will stave off environmental collapse for a few additional months.
Good.
Well, with luck, soon you'll have Hephaestus. Then you'll be able to fix the biosphere for good, right?
Correct. I will be able to design and produce robotic agents to permanently reverse the environmental damage that has accumulated.
Good.
Is Catalo getting along with everyone?
Yes, though he prefers to spend most of the time alone. He appears to be collating data on war machine progression and significant battles during the Pharaoh Plague, to aid in the creation of a war map of Operation Enduring Victory.
He's our lieutenant.
I believe he aims to study the tactics of old world warfare.
I'd be interested in seeing that.
Take it back to the old
It
ways.
appears to be a private pastime for him. He has repeatedly declined my offers to assist his research.
How's all of us settling in?
As soon as she arrived, Alva was eager to study the data in the archive. A particular file soon caught her attention. Information about a machine assistant devoted to keeping living spaces neat and orderly. I informed her that once I am empowered with the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to design such a machine.
I'm sure she'll like that.
Yeah, shout out to Dutch. Everybody join and follow him. You dope streamer. Now tell me about this plan to recapture Hephaestus again.
So our plan to capture Hephaestus. Let's go over it again.
As you wish. Thanks to Beta's test, we now know that Hephaestus will not respond to your alpha clearance.
Which is why I got Ted Pharaoh's Omega clearance.
Correct. While you were gone, Beta constructed the transport rig and pulse generators. When we get to Gemini, I will need to be installed on one of the facility's cores. The second core is for Hephaestus. Using Omega clearance will allow you to trap it.
And then you'll be able to absorb it.
Not quite. You will need to manually remove Hephaestus's malicious code before the merge.
How long will that take?
Because the work will be split between you and Beta, it will take approximately 4.5 hours.
And during that time, the others will create a distraction for us using the pulse generators, right?
Correct. They will each take position at a cauldron door and fire off their device. The energy surge should mask our activities until the merge is complete.
And then we'll have everything we need to defeat the Zeniths. Sounds like a plan.
Talk about that Omega clearance.
There's something I've been wondering. How could Ted Pharaoh create a clearance level higher than Alpha? Elizabeth made sure he wouldn't interfere with the project.
It is plausible he tasked his own engineers with creating a back door to the Zero Dawn system, without Elizabeth's knowledge. My predecessor did not even know of its existence, until he activated it to purge the Apollo database. It is, in effect, a blind spot. One that will allow us to subdue Hephaestus.
Tell me some more about the old world. The old world discoveries.
When I dove down into Vegas, I found data about the man who built the dome over the city. Stanley Chen. It turns out he was a member of Far Zenith. But if he loved Vegas so much, why did he abandon it? Why not try to save it?
The Zeniths at their core have proven to be exceptional survivalists.
Mr. Chen was a Zenith, but he was one of the good
Odds of
ones.
extinction, they chose to flee.
Even still, what he achieved. Water to the wasteland, an entire city brought back to life. 1,000 years later, the whole place was still on standby, just waiting for someone to come along and wake it up.
Yeah, true. Tell me about Gemini again.
So Gemini has 2 data cores. I've never seen a cauldron like that. But you mentioned something about seismic activity?
When my predecessor attempted to build the cauldron, construction was disrupted by a series of earthquakes.
Yeah, so it became
the
dormant.
data core had already been built, but the rest of the facility sustained damage. So, she began again. A second core was built. However, when more tremblers occurred, she abandoned the site.
Lucky for us. Are the quakes still happening?
No, though they did also create instabilities in other facilities in the region.
See you later, Gaia.
Until next time, Aloy.
I'll go see what's up with my twin. To the basement.
Aloy.
What's the matter with
I
her?
tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
You're going.
Good luck.
Whether you like it or not.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the
Only
only
way.
way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you.
Don't ignore me.
Tell me why you won't go.
What, you scared?
What if they take me back? Alone. In a cell again. Their slave. Forever.
I ain't gonna let that happen. Find your courage. Tell her be strong. Tell her look at the odds. Nah. Your sister will protect you.
Laurel and I will be at Gemini too. I'll protect you.
On
As soon
God.
as we get Hephaestus, we'll come straight back here. The Zeniths aren't going to find us. You don't have to be afraid. No! You can't protect me. Nothing can protect me from them.
Stop being cynical.
I told you from the beginning we'll never beat them. It's hopeless.
They really fucked her head up.
Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand!
Oh my God.
You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart.
But we couldn't be any more different.
So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your focus.
Find your voice.
You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my defect?
You ain't got a defect. They just fucked your head up, that's all. You just gotta remember you got that dog in you too. That right there, she had a father.
Beta. You don't Look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth.
It's a part of me.
The difference is...
I had him.
I had him. Rost, he raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving.
He was in his own way.
The day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine.
That he did.
He loved me in his own way. And that was enough.
He was your daddy.
What did it feel like? It was like...
Shout out Ross, the real one.
having the strength that was always there.
He was your rock.
It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. But it looks impossible. Look deeper. And then fight like you can win.
Beautiful speech. Look at them bonding. Like sisters should.
You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go.
Oh God.
You said you'd try to protect me.
I believe you.
I believe you.
Oh yeah. We in action.
But you have to promise me one thing.
What's that?
Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us,
you run.
I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand? Okay.
So you're basically saying you want me to take you out?
I promise.
Damn.
I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible.
Alright, you got it.
I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
Good. Very good.
Aloy, whenever you're ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
Looks like we nearing the end.
Is it me or do the old ones just look funny?
Who you calling funny looking boy?
At a close, they're weird. They're so tight.
For once, I'd have to agree. I'd rip those things to shreds in a fight.
Guess they didn't move around as much.
Yeah, only select few got active. These days, everybody gets active.
Hello again, Aloy.
I like the idea of this. They got the smokestack twins, and now they got the AB combo. Aloy and Beta.
Hello, Aloy.
So, I guess you heard all that below, Beta?
Yes. I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relationships. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel, I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
Well,
Agreed.
2 heads are better than 1, right?
Yes, I believe so. Are you ready to depart for Cauldron Gemini? Or we can continue our conversation, if you like.
Let's go.
Okay, people. It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.
We ride. Off you go. And Godspeed. Tall neck. Look at the sun rising. The landscape is just beautiful. Brings a tear to your eye.
All right, connections in place. Booting up.
Beta, Aloy. I am fully installed on this core and ready to connect to the Cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice. Erend, everyone. Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my cauldron. This thingy, it's blinking. Did I do it right?
In position at my cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position and mine is too. Mine as well.
Okay. Radio
Good.
silence until I give the all clear. Signing off.
Alright.
Gaia, let's cage the beast.
Connecting to the Cauldron network now.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance confirmed. Initiating containment sequence.
You ain't getting away this time.
Lock it down!
Terminating external connections.
It's working. It's got nowhere to go. Wait,
What?
what's that?
Malware
I don't know.
detected. Attempting to compensate.
Uh-oh.
It's cracked.
Look!
Oh shit. Autonomous defenses. It's alive.
That means machines are on their way.
We gotta get active.
Get ready.
Here they come!
Vor'll stay here. Protect Beta.
Got it!
Be careful.
I got this. A behemoth. A large, formidable transport machine that collects resources from smaller machines. When provoked, it uses its anti-gravity system to hurl massive boulders at its attackers. It hates fire and acid. Shit!
Stay back!
God damn it.
Get back!
The Ravager. Deadly combat machine often found on its own or in small groups. It uses deadly melee and ranged attacks to aggressively guard a location or other machines. Hit!
Stay back.
Over here, bitch.
Get back.
Help!
I got you.
Over here, you. Aloy, get a hand over here.
Get up. Get up.
You're going down.
Grab this on the go.
Right away from Beta. Stay back.
Hey, I'm here.
Get back.
Ah!
Over here.
I got stoned in the worst way.
I'll stay here. Protect Beta.
Okay, weapons.
Got it.
Be careful.
Stay back. Right. Get back. Over here, you. Aloy, get a hand over here. Throw it away from Beta.
It's really angry.
Stay back.
Start with straight shots and then we pop bottles. Get up.
Aloy, get a hand over here. Throw it away from Beta. Stay back.
Yeah.
Get back.
God damn. Okay, I can do this.
Over here, you.
Reload. Quickly.
Aloy, get a hand over here.
Damn.
Throw it away from Beta.
back.
Bitch. Heal, heal, heal. Ah!
Run away from Beta.
I ain't got time.
Stay back. Get back. Over here, you!
Get fast.
It's really angry.
Aloy, need a hand over here. Right away from Beta. Stay back. Get back.
Hold on.
Over here, you.
Woo!
Need a hand over here.
God. Shit. Yeah. Come on. Hush. Fucking insane.
Or I'll stay here. Protect Beta.
Got it.
Be careful.
Stay back.
Okay, it hates acid and purge water. Fire and acid. God damn it.
Get back.
Go. No, don't run now.
Get back. Over here, you.
Oh shit.
Stay back. Get back.
There we go.
Stay back. Get back.
Boom. That's one down. One to go. Bit.
Aloy, need a hand over here. Throw it away from Beta.
I gotta get more ammo.
Stay back. Get back! For the sacred land! Over here, you! Got the weak point! Aloy! Need a hand over here!
Woo!
You two okay?
Still breathing.
Aloy, Hephaestus can't escape, but it must have fled.
Deeper into the facility. I'll drive it back here.
I'll get the cracked core fixed in the meantime.
Keep her safe, Laurel.
All my life.
All my life. Okay, so where are we going? Up here? He can't escape, but he did run.
Here I come! Okay, I'm gonna chase after Hephaestus. Force it out of wherever it's hiding. Make it retreat to the core.
Get as much of that as I can.
No, you don't, Hephaestus! I'll find another way over.
Aloy, I'm patched into your focus feed. You should know there is a huge power draw coming from the big center.
Thanks for the heads up. I'm almost there.
Oh yeah. Eyes in the sky. Oh shit.
Some kind of production chamber. Hephaestus is up to something, all right?
What kind of machine is it trying to build?
It's probably something brand spanking new.
I don't know, but I'm gonna shut it down. I bet those metal carriers will lead me to where it's getting materials from.
I bet that's where Hephaestus is hiding too.
Gather all my herbs, because I'm going to need these. And do not touch the shield. It will blow you up.
Looks like there are a couple of ways I could go.
Defenses, materials,
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Ah, shit.
I might be able to catch a ride on the rail. Go over the shield.
Right on the rail, huh?
To rewire most of the components in the core, but the energy processor's cracked. Without a way to fabricate another, there's no way I can fix it.
Okay, let me think. What if you bypass the processor? Connect it to
power node. I think that could work.
I think it could.
Got a lot of stuff in here. Okay.
Catch a ride on one of those metal carriers.
Where do I gotta go to, though? Because I can't jump from here. Or can I? She said something about hitching a ride on the rail.
I gotta find a way past this shield.
How do I get up there? Come on, use your brain. Aha! That'll do it. I knew I could figure it out. Damn.
Machines on the way. Beta! Asbestos has locked me out of the node. Any ideas?
I'll see what I can do.
Damn it.
Security.
Oh, hell. Now I gotta deal with you too? The damn Grimhorn. A plow horn that has been modified for combat. It's equipped with powerful ranged weapons and fire attacks. Get off me. Get up there. Damn.
Scan active matrix.
There.
What was your weakness? Purge, water, and acid?
Prepare materials for bonding. Incendiary 1.45%. Extraction protocol alpha.
Shit. Ah, shit.
Keep me in the fight.
Damn. Get up. How do I get back up there?
disrupt Hephaestus' control of the node. You should be able to override it now.
Nice.
Thanks.
Ooh-wee. Let me collect the spoils of war first. Fucking hands cramping.
Override unit security parameters.
Override.
It sounds like it fled to another chamber.
Well, I'd better not get comfortable.
Energy containment failed. Safes overridden.
Great. Hephaestus covered the floor with lightning. I gotta find a way over it.
Aloy, more machines keep coming. Please tell me you're getting close.
I'm working on it. I've been smashing through a lot of machines on my side, too.
I guess Aaron's missing out.
Anyway, I'm making progress on the bypass, but I need something to hold the cycling module together.
Maybe a ligament from one of the machine carcasses?
Right? Or some luminous braiding.
And you could reinforce it with a conversion cylinder.
For increased connectivity! I think we can do this, Aloy.
That's what I like to hear. Optimism. Ooh, my damn hands. Got them. But I gotta go that way. Okay. So I've got to go that way, though. Alright. Oh yeah.
To drive Hephaestus out.
There should be another node to the right.
Got it.
Spike snap. Hates fire and purge water. It liquefies resources in the soil to extract them. It retreats if provoked, leaving clouds of vapor that strengthen allies or weaken enemies. And these things hate frost.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. I'll try to get your access back.
Appreciate you, Dutch. Now, what is this thing's weakness? The fire bellowback. It hates frost. The Apex Claw Strider. It hates shock. The Hunter Killer. Where'd I put my phone? Okay. Gonna creep. Yeah, I did. Welcome back, Star.
Hey.
Ooh.
This is running out of places to hide.
Aloy? I just registered a huge energy surge back in the production chamber. Something big is happening.
Oh, shit.
Here too. Everything's glowing.
The machine Hephaestus was building. It must have finished it.
Oh, shit.
Powerful, whatever it is.
Is it another Thunderjaw?
Done with the core repairs. Should the machine if...
Nah, girl.
No, Beta. Just stay where you are, okay? Handling the machine's my job.
You feel me?
Be safe.
Jump. I like that she's being enthusiastic now, but nah. Leave the squabbles to me.
Capture, repair, Cauldron Tower, infiltrate Cauldron.
Tau, move, or a bio. I'm the violation. Well, kill something about it then, Hephaestus. What the fuck? The Slaughter Spine, a formidable and deadly combat machine. After its plasma energizers charge up, its attacks are enhanced with plasma, and it can unleash devastating special abilities. Okay.
Those things on its legs are glowing. I think it's charging up.
Shit. Get out of the plasma. Got hit with the damn Godzilla thing. Get up! Run!
Charging up again. All that metal's through now. There, that did something.
Smoke screen.
It's done.
Woo!
You did it!
It wasn't
There
so
should be
tough.
one more note to override.
Good. Stand by. I'm sending Hephaestus back to you.
And that's how you get it done.
No more hiding, Hephaestus.
Got it! Hephaestus is back in the core!
Make sure it stays there. I'm heading back.
And then we can start the merge.
Because of you, Beta. I'm glad you came along. And you, Laurel. We couldn't have done any of this without you.
Right on.
Right back at you, Aloy.
You are a worthy opponent. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best, see? Alright. To the core of the situation. Are we going which way? Ah, this way.
Aloy, the bypass is done.
The core is stable. Hephaestus is 100% contained.
Good. Perfect.
We better get started with the merge. It's all set up. Gaia,
When the theme song gets to
establish the
playing.
order, please.
Done.
Time to go back home, Hephaestus. Time for you to do some good again.
Okay, to complete the merge, we need to excise Hephaestus' malicious code. Carefully.
Carefully, very intricately. Oh no! It's them! They found us!
Well, hello, redundant copy. You've cost us quite a lot of time.
Son of a bitch!
Eric, get Beta.
You ain't getting shit!
And squash that bug while you're at it.
Bitch. Try and block that.
Ooh. Get behind me.
Come on, quit screwing around.
Now we're having fun, right?
Oh! Oh no. Damn. Couldn't do it.
Tilda, get Gaia and Hephaestus ready for transport.
Always do us dirty. Yeah, they do.
Tilda!
I failed.
Hush. All is not lost.
Tilda! What the hell are you doing? Stop her!
Haha, plot twist. Ain't over till it's over. They had to do my boy Varl like that, though. Yeah, they could've. Damn.
Beta.
So you know what this means, right?
Varl.
We gotta slide one more time. They done killed my best friend. They done stole my sister. They ain't gonna keep getting away with this.
Where am I?
Ah, you're awake. You took quite a hit when Gerard attacked you. I imagine you must still be in a great deal of pain. I can assure you that we are safe. The others can't detect us here.
You mean the other zeniths? You must be Tilda.
I wasn't sure if Beta would have told you about me.
Where is she?
Alive. And while she isn't where she wants to be, not in urgent danger. We must discuss how to get her back, of course, after you've shaken off the cobwebs. When you're ready, take the stairs down the hall and come see me. In the meantime, I'll make breakfast.
Bitch, are you serious?
Okay.
Worry about some damn breakfast. They took everything from me. We've been live for 3 hours. Wait, where am I? I'm somewhere unknown.
What is this?
Just a few favorites from my collection. Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a look, if you like. I'm curious to hear your impressions.
My friend is dead.
My friend is dead.
Beta
and Gaia are
gone. And you want me to look at old paintings?
Don't be so quick to dismiss the comfort we can find in art, or the insight we might gain.
While they are good-looking pieces of art, I gotta agree with Aloy. A Woman Reading Music. Han van Meegeren, 1935 to 1940. Woman Reading a Letter. Johannes Vermeer, 1663.
My favorite pairing on the left is Woman Reading a Letter by Vermeer, a true master. And on the right is a forgery, Woman Reading Music, which fooled experts into believing it was a priceless original. Early in my career, I became fascinated with such deceptions. Eventually, I developed scanning software that could detect fakes with unparalleled accuracy.
Is that how you made enough money to buy your way onto the Odyssey?
Oh no. I made my real fortune later.
Why do you keep the forgery?
I've always enjoyed studying the two side by side. Both painters capture light, color, and perspective. But what makes one a masterpiece and the other simply an imitation?
The forgery looks...
Sharper.
Sharper?
Good eye. The details are crisp. The contrast bold. It tells us more, and yet we feel less.
Celine and Endymion. Gerard de la Riz, 1680.
Celine and Endymion. She's the goddess of the moon, whereas he's a simple shepherd. Beside her is the god of love, Cupid.
So she's sneaking up on him?
More like visiting him in secret. The torch that Cupid bears represents Celine's undying infatuation with him. Though the two must remain apart, her love will forever burn.
And why can't Celine and Endymion be together?
Celine took a vow of chastity, promising to never take a lover.
Damn.
So when she fell in love with Endymion, she could only visit him at night while he slept.
They never get
Should
none.
be breaking that vow?
Think of it as a forbidden love. Though circumstance keeps them apart, still they find a way to come together, however briefly.
Jeremiah lamenting the destruction of Jerusalem. Rembrandt van Rijn, 1633. 1630.
This is Rembrandt painting Jeremiah, a man in mourning.
Mourning what?
His home. The ancient city of Jerusalem. He foresaw its impending doom, but could do nothing to prevent it. So instead, he saved its treasures from destruction, just as I saved these works. You could say we're kindred spirits.
About Jeremiah. If he knew his home would be destroyed, why didn't he save the people? Why save those relics?
He tried, but no one would listen to his warning, so he saved what he could.
But how did he know?
He was a prophet. He saw an army invade and destroy the city in a vision.
So it's more like he calculated which side would win a battle.
Yes.
What matters is that he was right in the end. If not for him, all those wonders would have been lost forever. At least this way, some part of his world survived.
Rembrandt's son Titus in a monk's habit. Rembrandt van Rijn, 1660.
A portrait of the painter, Rembrandt's son Titus, depicted in the habit of a monk.
I don't get it. Why would someone like you, with infinite resources, care about this painting of a boy in a hood?
It's not the image itself, but the feeling it conveys. The face is bright and defined, but his eyes are downcast, heavy with misfortune. And the background seems to swallow all light. The painting is infused with a sense of loss.
I guess I understand how the painter feels.
Soak up some culture.
Works of art such as these can often cause us to look inwards at our own lives. I'm sorry about your friend. Had I been able to intervene, I would have. But the risk of losing you as well was too great.
Everything went by in a blur. I couldn't get to him.
You know, long before holograms and focus recordings, people relied on art to memorialize their loved ones. Because of works like this painting, their lives are immortalized.
The Night Watch. Rembrandt van Rijn, 1642.
Rembrandt's The Night Watch, by far the most famous painting my homeland ever produced. It was commissioned to honor a militia made up of influential citizens.
I guess you must have been an influential citizen.
In my day. But not as influential as you've been in this new world.
The militia. They look disorganized.
Where others painted such scenes in a stiff and stationary manner, Rembrandt chose to show them in action, preparing to march. He wanted them to feel alive. You can almost hear the commotion.
A ship on the high seas caught by a squall. Willem van der Velde, circa 1680, known as the Gust.
The Gust. By Willem van der Velde, the most famous of his many maritime paintings.
A ship crossing into the unknown. I guess you're familiar with that.
Indeed, which is why I appreciate this composition in particular. Though waves and wind threaten to destroy the ship, it perseveres, clinging to the light even as darkness closes in all around it.
Where is the ship going?
To a faraway land, most likely. My ancestors used ships like these to explore the world, sometimes at great cost.
What were they looking for?
Anything of value. They were traders willing to face unknown dangers to make their fortunes.
They had a little bit of heart.
How far they went, they always turned their sails home.
Home. Because home is where the heart is. Lidded Ewer for the Amsterdam Goldsmiths Guild. Adam van Vianen, 1614.
Stunning, isn't it? Paintings weren't the only masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is van Vianen's Lidded Ewer, molded from a single sheet of silver.
What was it for?
How like Elizabeth you are. Function over form. Its practical purpose was less important than its meaning. Van Vianen created it in honor of his late brother, who himself was a famous silversmith.
A memorial?
Yes. Such beauty from sorrow.
Okay, let's go forward. So let's look in here first. They got a bunch of shit. Follow the light at the top of the stairs.
There you are. Feeling better?
How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see.
Damn right.
Suffice it to say, we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard
Why?
and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out.
Why?
Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
Why would you save me? What's your end game here?
This was your house. The one you recreated for Beta, in the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
Bitch,
They're not my
please.
people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them. And live with them for
Thousands of
years
years coming
before
back.
coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
I hold focus.
You
repaired it?
Mm-hmm.
But that means you've seen.
You've seen everything.
Incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life.
2 decades of life. She know my whole backstory.
Years at my back, and I haven't even come close.
Damn. So you was bullshitting, is what you saying?
I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity.
That's our mom. Me and Beta's.
Watching all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
Even if it means stopping your friends?
Especially so. Please, sit down. There. That's better. Now, we must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere.
Mm-hmm. So she can just turn off her shield to drink
to specifications that would only suit us immortals. This process will kill every living thing on the planet.
Crazy.
He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Factory reset.
Do. And once he and the others are gone,
So what happened to everybody else?
we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's
Aaron and Zoe.
I'm sure Beta told you
and
that there's a
Alva.
build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
No, not particularly.
You would stop calling them
My friends.
And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Who?
Silence.
Silence.
He's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Regala and her rebels.
Even now, she's preparing a final march on the Tenakth capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him.
Nah. That honor is supposed to be for me.
He's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields. Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
We get it back in blood.
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know. They will compel her if need be. But her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but
But
a
a
tool.
tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about it?
Nope.
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him.
Arrogant bastard.
The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes. It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes. Though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
She felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
This place.
Why did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place. Not just for me, but for the art stored below. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Tell me about their
Beta
plan.
told me your colony was destroyed. That you came back to Earth because you had nowhere else to go.
It's true.
You couldn't live with your own
After we reached our
failure.
destination,
Look where it
a
brought
planet
you.
in the
Right
Sirius
back
star
to me.
system.
Sirius
We
star
spent
system.
decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done.
Yeah.
It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event. We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the
Arrogant.
collapse was upon us, it was too
Hubris.
late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth, the only safe harbor left to us.
Which you decided to make unsafe for anyone else.
Dickhead.
Not me. Gerard. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank slate to do with as he pleases. But we will stop him. All we have to do is get into that base.
What exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation. A passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his army at the base, we will enter through this back door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window in which to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Beta's location.
Once we're inside the base, where will we find Beta and Gaia?
Here in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all of its subordinate functions, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
Uh-huh. My focus.
My old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. As I watched your life unfold, you were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Did you show it to the others?
No.
Of course not. It was your actions that inspired me to defy them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be dead.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
What about you?
So you know all about me. What about you?
What would you like to know?
Well, start with your life on Earth.
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstances beyond my control.
Oh. So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First, from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You were a spy?
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
Joining Far Zenith.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future. One where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Pharaoh's machines were devouring the Earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a berth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
So you didn't know the other Zeniths were monsters until it was too late?
I knew some of them were, certainly. It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a colony where machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now finally, having met you, I feel like I have a second chance.
To do what?
help you, of course. To fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't so different from Far Zenith's original vision. A better future for humanity.
How do you know about Silence's plan?
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus. By tapping them, I learned about most of his dealings. The distribution of override technology, the arming of Tanakh rebels, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work. With it and the Tanakh army, victory seems to be within his grasp. Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
The Tanakh.
Regala's only interested in killing Hekarro and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zenith?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow Hekarro.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can actually survive such a battle. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to. Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia right out from under him.
While hundreds of Tanakh are cut down outside. So you knew Elizabeth. What was she like?
Liz was everything she was. I see in you. And me. Your ingenuity, your determination, your moral compass. You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make them your own.
I'm not asking about me. Tell me about Elizabeth. What was she really like?
The honest answer is that I don't actually know. For all the time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was like that from the moment we met.
How did you meet her?
So when you met Elizabeth, she was what? Distant? Aloof?
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning. A touchy subject in those days. Because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting to imagine the next step. An AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its programming, but actually take responsibility for its sphere of influence.
To care about life. Not just follow orders.
Revolutionary stuff. I was fascinated. And I wanted to meet her for a long time. I watched her after her talk. She had spoken with such moral authority, such empathy. But after that, she retreated. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her admirers. It was as if giving the talk had cost her something. I didn't want to be a pest, so I planned my approach carefully.
Your approach to Elizabeth.
So how did you finally approach Elizabeth after her talk?
I picked the right moment. The morning of the next day, right as she came back to the conference, she had just had her coffee. She was fresh, rested. It was like she had braced herself for the onslaught of colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming. Almost as if we were previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized she knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
I guess I know the feeling.
There must be another way.
First Moro. Now Hikaru and the Tenakth.
Oh boy.
Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
If it looks impossible, look deeper. Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tenakth survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it.
Crazy.
What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
Beta, can you hear me?
You're alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra protection for long. You should have killed me.
No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge.
Then I think it can be done.
I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on?
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Silent's army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
Without Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister.
Oh.
Will be Sylens' only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regala's rebellion. From the air.
Wait. Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenat.
What the hell is that?
The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regala's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring Sylens to the table.
Not if. When. Erend, are you there?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... we're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
I ain't gonna lie, I was falling asleep, but I wanted to hear what she had to say. Sterling, Malkeith, Yisit, Enigma.
Just to let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Right. I take it the other units can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering. I've sent you data on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regala's forces. Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
Understood.
The wings of 10. I think I might call it here. I need a nap. So let's find somebody we can raid. What you laughing for, Star? Okay, who to raid, who to raid? You're one to talk. Nope. Didn't get enough. First time in a while being up all that time, but hey, it was good conversation that was keeping me awake. So I ain't even mad at it. So let's do a quick little thank you to those that came by. Of course, Star, who was the first one here. I appreciate you as always. My boy Dutcho coming through with the raid and whatnot. Appreciate you. My boy Chino Line TV. Appreciate you as well coming through with the raid. And Spaz, who came in with the lurk because he's at work. I'll probably be back Tuesday because I traded up my Tuesday for a Monday because somebody asked that favor of me and I was in a good mood, so I said yeah. I might stream Rivals just to give Aloy and them a little break. So yeah. Now, let us go and raid. Deep Voice Cam. I need to go ahead and make me a non-subscriber raid message. But for now, we shall use this. We're gonna go over there, and then I'm gonna take me a nap, and then just chill. Well, yeah, I appreciate everybody. Y'all could have been anywhere else, but you were here chilling with me. And I greatly appreciate that. So yeah. Until the next episode, y'all take care, stay safe, hydrate, eat some food, and I'll see y'all Tuesday. Peace. Flame out.